Ferrari's recent Formula One form has been shockingly bad. Since Charles Leclerc won in Monaco, the team's performance has plummeted relative to their rivals. It has been so bad that in the races since Monaco, Leclerc has been outscored by Haas driver Nico Hulkenberg. Serious technical mistakes have hamstrung their drivers at the worst possible moment. When a good upgrade could have catapulted them to championship favourites, they actually destroyed the SF24's high-speed performance. It was a catastrophic mistake, but one that is all too familiar to Ferrari fans. Today, I'll check out how Ferrari plans to remedy their mistakes in Hungary and who they're trying to hire to make sure the mistakes stop. So don't go anywhere. Formula One is getting itself ready for the Hungarian Grand Prix this weekend. Despite some hail in the week leading up to the race and the McLaren hospitality suite losing its roof to the wind, the race is expected to be the hottest of the season so far. Ambient temperatures should exceed 30 degrees centigrade on all 3 days, reaching a peak during Sunday's 70-lap Grand Prix. With Mercedes' peak performance coming at the cold weather tracks, their chances of securing a hat-trick of wins with a Hungarian Grand Prix win are looking slim, leaving McLaren as the potential favourites. Red Bull's recent dip in form has left the Papaya team looking the fastest on pure performance, but mistakes have held them back from capitalising on that. Of course, none of those three teams' struggles can be compared to Ferrari's at the moment. Following that magical Monaco Grand Prix win for Charles Leclerc, the team have been in free fall. The Canadian Grand Prix was an utter catastrophe. Reliability issues, strategic blunders, and driver errors led to an embarrassing double retirement. Things haven't got that much better since then. After finishing a dismal 14th at the British Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc described his life since that win in Monaco. It's been 4 races that have been worse than a nightmare. While Canada was bad, the problems really didn't start until their failed upgrade at the next race in Spain. Ferrari's upgrades in Barcelona, which included a revamped floor, exasperated the SF24's bouncing issues through high-speed corners, as Sainz and Charles Leclerc struggled for performance and comfort in Spain and Austria. At Silverstone, they decided to run an older spec of floor for the race, which was a disaster. Carlos Sainz said Ferrari lost 2 or 3 months of Formula One car development by making that decision. It showed as Charles failed to make Q3 and Carlos finished 5th but was 35 seconds behind Oscar Piastri. With the cost cap, teams can't afford to just ditch failed upgrades. That isn't the way the sport works anymore. So for the Hungarian Grand Prix, Ferrari will be trying the porpoising-inducing floor again. They'll be bringing a modified version of the Spain floor in a bid to get rid of the high-speed bouncing problems. After Silverstone, the team admitted that they would go away and assess whether the floor was even worth keeping, or if they'd be better off just throwing it away. Following the analysis done at the factory, team principal Fred Vasseur has revealed that the team has faith the new floor does bring a performance benefit, so is worth persevering with. However, modifications have been made to elements of its design that the squad believe will help minimize the bouncing issue. Speaking about the new floor, Fred Vasseur said, "We found that our latest upgrade package did indeed bring the expected benefits in terms of aero points. However, it also had side effects that meant the car was actually more difficult to drive. We've worked hard in the factory, and so in Budapest, we'll bring an evolution of the floor which we reckon will give the drivers a car that will allow them to drive to the best of their abilities." Vasseur emphasized the importance of Leclerc and Sainz feeling confident and comfortable, pushing the car to the limit, especially in qualifying. This season, we're fighting to the nearest hundredths of a second, and so Charles and Carlos must be able to give of their best and have confidence in the car if they are to get the best possible results in the race, but even more importantly, in qualifying when they need to push the car right to the limit. I'm confident the package we bring to the Hungaroring will allow us to be front runners. Fortunately for Ferrari, the Hungaroring is a relatively low-speed track with only a couple of high-speed corners, turn 11 being the most prominent of the lot. With the new floor bringing more downforce, Ferrari should be able to perform well, even if the porpoising problem isn't 100% fixed. Even top teams don't know if their new parts will deliver more performance or less until the car is run at full capacity during a GP weekend. With McLaren just 7 points behind Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, Fred will hope that his team have been able to fix this new floor, or they risk falling down the championship table. The problems with their new floor are nothing new to Ferrari. Over the past decade and a half, every time they've mounted a title challenge, mistakes by the team, ineffective development, and even an illegal engine have held them back. Their complex and heavily politicized management structure has often been blamed for their shortcomings, but surely with the right people in place, even Ferrari could find a winning formula. Since Adrian Newey's retirement from Red Bull, the rest of the grid have been in a race to sign his signature. After all, his success in Formula 1 is shocking. Newey sits on 25 titles won in total, having designed championship-winning cars for Williams, McLaren and Red Bull. That puts him second behind Ferrari on the all-time championship list, as the Scuderia have 31 titles in total, Newey has 25, McLaren have 20 and Mercedes have 17, with Williams on 16. When Newey first announced his retirement from Red Bull, he was very quickly linked with Ferrari. The Tifosi were so excited and so sure of the prospect of Adrian and Lewis Hamilton joining the team in 2025, they declared that Fred should be made the Pope if he pulled it off. Over time, the links between Ferrari and Adrian have cooled, to the point that some outlets have declared that Ferrari aren't interested in his services anymore. But with Ferrari failing in a title challenge in 2022 due to being unable to develop their car, and the same thing happening this season as well, Fred has reignited the links between his team and the design guru. "It is the same if I were asked, are you interested in Max Verstappen?" he told Auto, Motor and Sport. "I would like to see the team boss in the paddock who would answer no. It would be a serious mistake on my part if I didn't think about Newey. The question is different. Does he fit into the team? And what does he bring to the team for the future? That's not a sure thing. Sometimes 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but 2.5. Newey is certainly an issue, just as he is an issue for everyone. Adrian has made it clear that he doesn't want to take another technical director role or anything of that sort. If he is to join a team, it would be in an advisory position, away from the day-to-day hustle and bustle of the factory floor. No team is going to deny that having Newey on their team would be an asset, but is there a place for him at Ferrari? With wage demands that would likely make him Ferrari's best-paid employee behind Leclerc and Hamilton, his use to the team has to be considered. If Ferrari finds a way to accommodate Newey within their new structure, they will definitely try to get him. If they can accommodate him, then his influence could help stop the pattern of getting close to championship titles and then shooting themselves in the foot, which we've seen time and again over the past 2 decades. Of course, Lewis Hamilton could be that person as well. Due to arrive at Ferrari for the 2025 season on an incredibly expensive contract, Hamilton may be the person who can stop Ferrari from stopping themselves. The recent relative performance of Mercedes and Ferrari, though, has made many question whether Lewis made the right decision changing teams. Mercedes have been without a title for 2.5 years now, but Ferrari last won one in 2008. With Ferrari's recent upgrade failure, the same problems are arising that have held them back for almost 2 decades. When they look like championship contenders, they find a way to stop their own challenge. If Newey isn't coming to Ferrari, then the Tifosi will have to hope that Hamilton and his winning mentality can be the one to change the team. Do you think Ferrari's Hungarian Grand Prix upgrade will help them get back on track? And should they go all out for Adrian Newey, or have they got the right people to fight for a championship title already? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, drive safe and bye for now.